Okay, good evening. You are all welcome here. I mean, you're all welcome, 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 welcome. Um, okay. So we'll continue our training today. We took a break yesterday. We started on Monday. Then we had another class on Tuesday, and we took a break yesterday, being Wednesday, and we continue today. Then we finish up on Friday, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the last day of this training. I believe we have learned a lot thus far. We have learned about the forex market, what it is. That's the introduction to forex trading. We have learned about the currency pairs that are traded in the market. We've seen the terminologies in the forex market. I've also seen the type of traders. We've seen how to go about trading the trading view. That is the app that we use for forex trading. We'll see how to use it. Then on Tuesday we started with analysis. We've seen fundamental analysis, what it is. Then we moved on to technical analysis. That is the basics of technical analysis. So today we are going to be continuing with technical analysis. Like I said before, first the forex market is more of technical analysis than fundamental analysis. This is because it is the chart patterns or price actions move well with forex trading. Unlike crypto trading, whereby it is fundamental analysis that moves crypto trading. In forex, it is technical analysis that moves forex trading. Okay, so that's why we are going to be doing more of technical analysis. We are done with fundamental analysis when it comes to the forex market. So today we are going to continue with technicals. We are going to continue with technical analysis today. So I'm going to I'm going to um I'm going to be sharing my screen right now because there's really no time to waste on this. Let me just share my screen and we just go live. Okay. So let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know. For our technical analysis, we started with the market trends, whereby we've seen we've seen the we started with the market trends, whereby we've seen the uptrend, we've seen the downtrend, we've seen the ranging market, we've seen the shopping market. That's what we saw on Tuesday. So today we're going further to our candlestick patterns. That's what we are going to be looking at today. We're going further with our candlestick patterns. So we'll start with, mm, like I said before, let me draw what the candlestick looks like. I've shown you in the chart, but let me just draw it so that we'll know we'll know what it is for those that do not know what candlesticks are. So this is this is what a candlestick basically is. This is the candlestick. This is what it is. We have the body, like from this place to this place is the body. Then we have the wick or the shadow. So the bottom is the lower shadow, while the top is the upper shadow. This is what it is. The bottom, the lower shadow, the up is the lower shadow. So this is the candlestick. Now it is the bottom part is, this is called the open, this is called the close, this is called the high, and this is called the low, which means the market opens here, it goes below here to this place, but it goes back and it goes up, then it comes down and closes here. However, this is for a bullish candle. If it is a bullish candle, the candlestick, the open is below and the close is above. Whereby if it is a bearish candle, the close is the close is below, the open is above. So let's say for a bullish candle, it is believed that the candlestick, let's say, opened at $1, then it closed at $2. That makes it a bullish candle because it increased in price for that time frame. But then when it decreased in price, let's say it opened at $2 and it closed at $1, that makes it a bearish candle. Why? Because the value decreased in price. Okay. I believe we get the concept of the candlestick. If you do not get the concept of the candlestick, please indicate in the chat box so that I will explain further. So that's that for the candlestick. So we're dealing with candlestick patterns. That's why I started with explaining what the candle is. I'm going to expand my chart right now so that you will see live examples. Okay. So let me expand this. Let me expand this. Oh, I've, I've shifted my analysis. Okay. Let me use this candle for instance. This big um green candle here. So this is a bullish candle, not because it is greenish in color, because me, I set my candlestick this way. For my bullish candles are green in color, my bearish candles are red in color. I set it until there are some, they set it to be white and black. So their bearish candle is black, while their bullish candle is green. So mine is like this, okay? So for this candlestick now, the open is below, like this bottom. The candle opened here and it closed here. Look at the wick, though they are tiny, but at least they are still visible. So this is a bullish candle. For the bearish candle, it opened at the top here and it closed below, which makes it a bearish candle. Why? Because it decreased in value. So let's say when it is done forming, it jumps to this one and it forms the next candle. So like this is a 4-hour time frame. I've explained the time frame. This is a 4-hour time frame. That means every candlestick that you see on this chart right now, they are they were formed within a 4 hours time frame. If there's a 1-hour chart, every candlestick you see on the 1-hour chart was formed within a 1-hour time frame. Now, some persons do ask me, I do get these questions a lot, that okay, does it mean that if I enter my trade using the 1-hour time frame, that means I have to stay in my trade for 1 hour? No. The different time frames are just for analysis purposes. That's the only purpose it serves, just for analysis sake. That's all. You just do it because if you use a higher time frame, you are going to see, like, have a broader picture of the entire market trend, which you may not see in a smaller time frame you get. So the different time frames are just for analysis purposes, not necessarily because you must enter the trade that moment and close it maybe in an hour time or 4 hours. So that is that. Now we have different kinds of candlesticks, different kinds that perform different functions. For instance, you can clearly see that some candlesticks are bigger than some. Some, the wicks or the shadow, they are more visible than the others. So there are different patterns, different types, and they serve different purposes. So this is what we are going to be looking at, the candlestick pattern. I believe I have to delete this. This is my analysis. So, but let me just, I'll put it back later. Okay, so we're going to be starting with, today we're looking at candlestick patterns. Before I proceed, let me just quickly drop this. Let me drop this. In the forex market, there are a lot of strategies. There's the SMC strategy, there's the price action, there's BTMM, there's oh hey, why is this one escaping? There are just a lot of strategies. Okay, the truth about the forex market is that you do what works for you. That is what I believe. You do what works for you. So any strategy that you have found profitable that is working for you, stick with it. You don't have to know all the strategy in the world. So in order to be profitable. The truth is still that if you know all the strategies in the world, you will get confused because there are some strategies that are telling you to place a buy order now. There are some strategies that will tell you that you have to wait before you place a buy order. There are some, like, you understand. So if you know all the strategies in the world, you are going to get confused. So if you find a strategy that is working for you, please and please stick with it, master it, and it will become you become more profitable with that. Instead of trying to gather all information, what you just have, you have what is called information overload, and it will not be beneficial to you. Why am I saying this is that? What I'm saying this is that this strategy I'm teaching is the exact strategy that is working for me. That's why I'm teaching it. I know SNC, I know ITC, I know indicators, but uh, candlestick patterns and chart patterns that we're going to see tomorrow, they are the patterns that have worked for me since 2021. I started the first market in 2020. So since 2021, I've known this strategy and they have been working for me. So it's the same strategy I'm going to be teaching you. So I don't, I'm saying this because some people will tell me, don't you trade this? This one is this one is the best, this one is, I say, fine, it's okay, you can learn it, but this is what is working for me. Okay. So that's why I am starting like this. So let's go back, candlestick pattern. So we are going to be looking at one candlestick pattern. We look at two candlestick pattern. Then we have two candlestick patterns, candlestick pattern. Okay. Then we have the three candlestick pattern, three candlestick patterns. So these are the different candlestick patterns. So I'm going to be taking them one after the other. We start with one candlestick pattern. That's what we're going to start with. One candlestick pattern. So for the one candlestick pattern, we start with pin bar. We have the doji. So this is what we are going to be starting with. Now, the pin bar is, I don't like explaining it. I'll just show you examples. This is what it looks like. And we go and look for it in the chat because sometimes plenty grammar do not work. If provided you understand what you are learning, that is what works. So the pin bar looks like this. It has a small body. I've explained the body. It has a small body like this, and it has a very long wick like this. Sometimes it can have a small wick at the top, but if it doesn't have a small wick at the top, it's still fine. Okay, so this is the pin bar. This is the pin bar. Other persons call it hammer. Like you see how it looks like a it looks like a hammer too. So some persons call it hammer, while some persons call it pin bar. But it is dependent on the position because whatever I'm going to be teaching you has both bullish and bearish patterns. You know, in the forex market, it's either you are buying or you are selling. So the patterns I'm teaching you, they have both the sell patterns and the buy patterns. What do I mean by that is that if there are some candlesticks that you see is telling you to sell, while there are some candlesticks that you see is telling you to buy. Okay. So like this is the what is called the bullish pin bar. We also have the bearish pin bar. So let me draw that out. The bearish pin bar is upside down. So the body will be under, like will be at the bottom, like this, and the wick will be at the top, like this. So this is a bearish pin bar. That means the market is giving the signal to what, to sell. That means to place a sell order. That is the signal that you will be getting. So for instance, if the market is like in a downtrend, like all of a sudden in a downtrend, and you see this pattern here, and it is formed as a support. We have learned about support and resistance on Tuesday. So all these patterns are hinged on support and resistance. So the market was actually coming down, and all of a sudden it gives this pin bar here. Now it's giving the signal that the market will no longer be coming down, it will start going up. So since you are seeing this signal, what you are going to do is that you place a buy order. What you are going to be doing, that you place a buy order. So you go like this, you place a buy order like this. So since it has given the signal, the market is going to turn around and place a buy order. Now for this one, the market was going up. I didn't give enough space for this. The market was going up, it gets to a resistance and gives you this bearish pin bar. What you do is that what you should expect is that the market will start coming down. So before the market actually starts coming down, you place a sell order. Before the market actually starts coming down, you place a sell order. So this is how it works. So let's go to our chart and see examples of how this has played out before. Okay, there is one perfect example here. So this the market was actually going up, like in an uptrend, and you see this pin bar that was formed here. This is a very beautiful bearish pin bar, and all of a sudden the market starts coming down. Market starts coming down. So ideally, what I would do when I see this, I'm not, like I said before, that it is hinged on support and resistance. So if you have not watched on Tuesday class to understand what support and resistance is, after this session, please go and watch it. I taught about support and resistance on Tuesday. So when it gives this bearish pin bar, what you do is that you place a sell order, and you are going to put your stop loss above it, a little above the bearish pin bar that is on. You can see that after it was formed, the market just started dropping, and the market dropped very well. Let's do a pip count on this. A pip count on this will be this is the tool we use for pip count here. I've explained it before now. Take it down. So this is like 100 pips. 100 pips for with a standard lot size is $1,000. So if you have held this trade from that beginning to this ending where it stopped, where it reversed up, you would have made $1,000 if you are using one standard lot size. You get. So this is this. Let's look for another example. We are looking for, okay, I've seen one here. This is a bullish pin bar here. Let me expand my chart so that I can see it better. So this is a bullish pin bar that was formed here. And when it was showing, you know that the market was coming down before. A bullish pin bar was formed there, and the market starts going up, like it becomes bullish. So since the bullish pin bar has been formed here, what you do is to place a buy order. A bullish pin bar is formed, you place a buy order. A bearish pin bar is formed, you place a sell order. So let's do a pip count here too for this one. I'll take it up. Use your measure tool to take it up to the resistance. This is 122 pips. 122 pips, and 122 pips for a standard lot size is $1,200 in profit. So you can see that these things are not really hard if you can learn the ropes. Okay, I've seen another example of a bearish pin bar that was formed here. So this was a bearish pin bar that was formed. This candlestick, a bearish pin bar, and when it was from the market just started going down. Okay, I think I should address this before we continue. In forex trading, in the financial market, not just forex trading, in the financial market, there is no 100% strategy. Let me quickly shift this in. There is no 100% strategy. But if you stick to a strategy and you master it, that strategy will be profitable for you. Okay, you will know that in the crypto space too, there are sometimes I will buy a coin that we think we do well, but all of a sudden the coin maybe we will not do well or it will be rough food, and there are some that will do very well that will cover up for our losses. So all the strategies in the financial market are not 100%, but the strategy you should stick with are strategies that are giving you 70%, 80%, sometimes 90%. Okay, so those are strategies that you should stick with, and all of them is the one I'm sticking with is what I'm teaching you, like I said before. So let me look for another. Let's go to another pair. This is AUD card. Let's see GPP card. Let's see GPP card. Let's see. We're looking for a bullish or a bearish pin bar that is formed at a support. These are your conditions. Okay, I've seen one here at this middle. Let me expand my chart. Okay, so we have this one here. Excuse me. We have this one here. This is a bearish pin bar, and immediately it was formed, the price is started coming down. So what you do is to place a sell order when a bearish pin bar is formed. Okay, so I believe this one is clear enough for us to understand. So the next we are going to be looking at is the doji. Since it is not clear, I can use the chat box to indicate. Is the doji. So how does the doji look like? What does doji look like? I'm going to be doing that. So it doesn't look like a plus sign. So it's something like this. Let me spell it out. Please let me know if you can see me. So this is doji. Let me know if you can see me. So this is doji, D-O-J-I. That's the spelling of doji. It looks like a plus sign, though it is kind of different when it is either a bullish or a bearish doji. So a bearish doji is like this, like this. Why a bullish doji is like this? Okay. So the doji has no body, or it sometimes it can have a very flat body. Like the body will be very, very flat. That is how the doji is. And the wicks are always long. The wicks are long. So, like I said before, that it is bullish or bearish. So when it is a bearish doji, you sell. When it is a bearish doji, you sell. When it is a bullish doji, you buy. Place a buy order on the pair. So let's go. Let's look for these examples. And also, this strategy works for any time frame and it works for any currency pair. So you can choose whatever currency pair you want to trade and look for the strategy and you will see them. It will work. Okay, so then I'm looking for a doji. That's what I'm looking for right now. Okay, I've not seen a very good example that I can use. I think I have to go to another pair. Like I said, since it works for all time frames and for all pairs, we are good to go. So I'm going to look for it in another pair because I'm not seeing it in this pair. Let me choose another pair. I don't want to start looking for something that. Mm, okay, I've seen one though it's not really market went up and it came down. So this was like the middle of a trend. I've seen another one that happened in the middle of a trend that let's this one happened in the middle of a trend of a downtrend. So this is a bearish doji, a long wick and a flat body, a long wick and a flat body. So it was giving a bearish doji and the market continued in the downtrend that it was. So when it was giving, the market just started coming down. Before I believe we got a resistance, a support, and the trend reversed. So it got to a support and the trend reversed. And this trend was actually a very long trend from the place that this bearish doji was formed. So it was a very, very long trend. Okay. So I'm trying to pick other examples. I'm trying to pick other examples. If let me see. Um, okay. So if you know my if my voice is not audible at your end, let me know. If my voice is not audible at your end, let me know. Okay, I've not seen other examples. Okay, let me just okay. So let's continue my. I believe you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay. So this is the next we are looking at is the engulfing pattern and the tweezers pattern. So the engulfing pattern, why it is called two candlestick pattern is that it's two candlesticks that are formed together. So the first one is formed, then the second one is formed next to it. So it's not like the pin bar that they are standalone patterns. Like the pin bar and the doji, they are standalone candlestick patterns. However, the engulfing and the tweezers, they are not standalone. That means two candlesticks must be formed at the same point simultaneously before it can be valid. Before they can be valid, that is how the engulfing pattern works. So let me do. So we have the first candle, something that is like this, not big, that is not big, like this. Then you have the second candle that totally covers the first. That is how the engulfing pattern is. So that means the first candlestick pattern must be a small candle. That those are the conditions for it to qualify as an engulfing pattern. So the first candlestick pattern must be a small candle, while the second one must be a bigger candle that totally covers the first candle. That is why it's called an engulfing pattern. So when it is like this, if it is a bullish engulfing pattern, that means a bullish engulfing pattern means that the market is going to go up after it is formed. A bullish engulfing pattern means that the market is going to go up after it is formed. So the first candle for a bullish engulfing pattern, there are conditions like after the two candlestick patterns, the three candlestick patterns, there are conditions that must be fulfilled for them to be valid. There are conditions that must be fulfilled for them to be valid. So the first condition for the engulfing pattern is that the first candlestick must be a bearish candle. That means in this case must be a red candle. Simply put, the first candlestick must be a red candle, while the second candlestick must be a green candle. The first candlestick must be a red candle. The second candlestick must be a green candle. This is what qualifies it for it to be called a bullish engulfing pattern. So let's I've seen a good example here. I don't have to even go far. It's just right here. So you see this candle. This is a bearish candle that was formed first. Then the second candle, a bullish candle, totally covers it. So this is a bullish engulfing bar pattern. And after it is formed, you see the market started going up. So let's do a pip count for this. Let's do a pip count for this. And this is a 50 pips move. This is a 50 pips move. That is $500 for a standard lot size. $500 for a standard lot size. This is the bullish engulfing pattern. So let's go further and look for other patterns. Not other pattern, that means other bullish engulfing or bearish engulfing pattern, because that's the pattern we're looking at now. Okay, so let's see other ones. Let's see other ones. Okay, this happened in the middle of the trend. Um, so if we're not seeing those examples there, okay, I've seen one. We can go to another time frame. Let me take this out. So this was a bearish candlestick that was formed there. Then the next one, a bullish candlestick was formed, and market just started going up. So this is a bullish engulfing bar pattern. This is a bullish engulfing bar pattern. So for the bearish engulfing bar pattern, the conditions are switched like opposite. So for the bearish engulfing, the first candlestick must be a bullish candle, sorry. The first candlestick must be a bullish candle. And the second candlestick must be a bearish candle that totally covers the first candle. That is what makes it a bearish engulfing bar pattern. So let's look for example. So for this one, we'll be looking like up, like at resistance because there is a doubling happens at resistance. Bullish engulfing happens at because they are formed. Let's go back. Let me know if you can see hear me. Okay. So we're looking for bearish engulfing bar pattern now. So we're looking for bearish engulfing. We'll be looking at resistance zone. If you are looking for bearish engulfing, look at resistance zone. If you are looking for bullish engulfing, look at support zones. This is how it works. This okay, this is the other page. Let me go to another page. This is the first page I was looking at. I make oh, okay, I've seen one here. Let me expand my chart so you can see it clearly. So this candlestick was is a bullish candle. It's finished in color, so it's a bullish candle. And this is a bearish candle that totally covers it. You see that this one is bigger. If you want to search for this, you consider the shadows or the wicks too. You count it as part of the candle. Okay. So this one totally covers the first one, and market just started coming down after it was formed. Market started coming down after it was formed. So if we do a pip count here, let's see. We do a pip count here. Let's do a pip count here so that we know how far this thing went. Okay. Oh wow. Think nine. Okay. So this is the first drop was 200 pips. 200 pips is $200 for a standard lot size. 200 pips. Sorry, 200 pips is $2,000 for a standard lot size. So this is how far it actually went. Let's look for other bearish engulfing examples because that's what we are focusing on now. We're focusing on bearish engulfing. Okay, I've seen a good example here also. Let me expand my chart so that we see it clearly. We have this candlestick. This is a bullish candlestick that was formed, and the bearish candlestick was formed next to it. So this bearish candlestick totally covers the greenish one, that is the bullish candle, making it a bearish engulfing bar pattern. And you can see that after it was formed, market started dropping. The market started coming down after this was formed. So let's do a pip count here now. The pip count here is this is 169 pips. 169 pips, that's like $1,690 when you use one standard lot size. You can see how it is. I will always say that forex trading is not hard, except you are looking for something that is bigger than you. But If you can keep it simple in trading, the simpler the better. The simpler the better. That's why I don't complicate my lessons with big big words, big grammars and all of those things. If you can get it simply, you make money in forex trading. So don't go and be looking for what is not looking for you. This is what I used to tell my students. Sha. Make it simple. The power is in the simplicity. The profit is in the simplicity. Okay. So let me see, what did I use? Okay, it's not, I think it should be in a lower time frame. That's the trade I took. Okay, this is another engulfing. Okay, it's not engulfing, that is tweezer. So the next candlestick we are looking at is the tweezers pattern. So you have tweezers, TWEZERS, tweezers pattern. And though these guys are actually difficult to find, though, it's not easy to see a tweezers in the chart. But when they are formed, they have a very, very higher probability, profitability rate. So the tweezers pattern, there are two candlesticks that are formed alongside each other. However, they are of equal size and they are mainly of equal length. Okay, more like two the same candlesticks that are formed simultaneously, the same size, the same height, but different color. So one will definitely be bullish, while the other will always be bearish. Okay, it is not the same color, like two bearish formed together or two bullish formed together. So this is your first candle for a tweezers. Then you have the second candle. I'm very careful doing this because they have to be equal. Let me not go and draw one that is bigger than the other. Okay, perfect. Okay, I think I tried. So this is the tweezers. Both candlesticks of equal size and equal length. However, one is bullish and one is bearish. So for the bullish tweezers, we have the first candlestick. The first candlestick must be a bearish candlestick. For the bullish tweezers, your first candlestick must be a bearish candlestick. Your second candlestick must be a bullish candlestick. Why? Because the bears are losing the momentum. The selling pressure is becoming low. So that is why it will be a bearish tweezers, a bullish tweezers, sorry. That means when a bullish tweezers appear as a support, the market is going to go up. So what you do is that you place a buy order. When a bullish tweezers, I believe we should be taking notes. A bullish tweezers that is formed at a support means that the market will start buying. So what you do is to place a buy order. So for a bearish tweezers, it's different. The first candlestick is a bullish candlestick. The next candlestick is a bearish candlestick. That is for the bearish tweezers. So when you see a bearish tweezers, and it must be formed at a resistance. So when you see a bearish tweezers, what you do is to place a sell order. Hope we are getting the difference and we're not confused. I'm trying to be slow so that you understand the concept. Okay. So when you see a bearish tweezers, what you do is that you place a sell order. When you see a bearish tweezer, you place a sell order. That is how it works. Okay. So let's look for the examples in the chat. I've seen one, that's why I put, because honestly, tweezers are kind of difficult to find. They don't easily appear. So we see this one, equal size, equal. They have to be equal. So we see the first candlestick, a bullish candlestick, the second candlestick, a bearish candlestick, and market starts dropping. So when you see something like this, what you do is to place a sell order. When you see something like this, what you do is to place a sell order. So let's do a pip can say this actually, like, this trade actually did well. Like, it did very well. So I'm going to calculate just the first job. I won't add the second job to it because, okay, so um from this place downwards, market coming down, from this place downwards, this is the, I think this is the first drop area. This 200 pips, that will be $2,000 for a standard lot size. Okay, so this is the drop. Let's try and see if we can get another example, either bullish or bearish tweezers, and we will be good to go. Mm, you know, this is what research is in the forex market. You know, in the crypto market, the research is different. The way you do the research is different, but this is how we do research in forex. This is how we do research in forex. Okay, what I'm seeing now are engulfing patterns. I'm seeing engulfing here, market drop. This is a bearish pin bar, market drop. This is under engulfing here, market drop. But I'm not looking for engulfing or pin bar. I'm looking for tweezers. So let's just search it together. What I'm seeing, they're all engulfing of timber. Equal candlesticks, almost the same size. This is an engulfing too. Wow, everywhere is engulfing. Everywhere is engulfing. This one is three candlesticks that are formed. This is mostly like a shaker. Let's look for um okay, let me look at another chart to see if I'll get examples, because honestly, truth be told, this and tweezers pattern, they rarely appear, but when they appear, they are like gold mines. They rarely appear in your chart. So if hmm, okay, I've seen, okay, this will happen in the middle of the trend, but I'm going to use it as an example because any candlestick that happen in the middle of a trend, like let me explain it better. If a bearish candlestick appear in a downtrend, that means that that trend is going to continue. If a bearish candlestick appears in a downtrend, that downtrend is going to continue. If a bullish candlestick appears in an uptrend, that uptrend is going to continue. However, if it happens against the trend, it is invalid. What does it mean? If the trend is a downtrend and you see a bullish candlestick that is formed in a downtrend, that bullish candlestick is invalid. Don't take it into, like, don't count it. It's not a signal, it's a fake out. It's called a fake out. They are trying to deceive you into taking a wrong trade. Okay, so let's say the trend is an uptrend and you see a bearish candlestick that is formed in an uptrend. It is a fake out. Ignore it. Okay, ignore it. So this is, I saw this tweezers, uh, bearish tweezers here. You see the first candlestick and the second candlestick. First candlestick is a bullish candle, the second candlestick is a bearish candle and the market started dropping. So this is it. What you do is to place a sell order. When it is formed, place your sell order, put your stop loss above it, not directly. Some people will come and put their stop loss here. No, that's not it works. You put it above, like above it, and you watch it drop. So let's say a tip can here from this point down, from this point down. Oh, this is like 300 pips. Wow, this is 300 pips. That is like, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm actually having issues with my sound this evening. Tomorrow will be better, don't worry. I'm having issues with my sound. So let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. So this is the pip count for this trade. So I believe we all understand what the tweezers is, either bullish tweezers or bearish tweezers. We actually have an understanding of what they are. Um, I'm trying to look for more examples too, but I bet I don't think I'll see because this is I didn't prepare any like let's say I didn't prepare any. Okay, I've seen one here. This actually happened in the market started coming down. So we see this. This was a bearish tweezers. A bearish tweezers was from here. You see that the candlesticks are of the same size and market just dropped. This drop was happened in a flash. I don't want to do the pip count here, but I know this will be massive, like very, very massive. Okay, so we have this is a bearish engulfing pattern and market drop. Okay, so the next candlestick pattern we are moving now. We have seen one candlestick pattern, which is the pin bar. They are the pin bar, the doji, two candlestick patterns, engulfing and tweezers. Now we're going to three candlestick patterns, and this three candlestick pattern is very, very beautiful. Though there are conditions, you have to master the conditions first before it will become profitable for you. Like you have to know it of a three candlestick pattern, just one. Okay, so it's called the star pattern. It's called the star pattern, and this one I'm going to take it slowly because it comes with a lot. So the conditions, there are conditions attached to it. Conditions for trading the star pattern. Like every other candlestick pattern, um, is bullish and bearish. So let me start for the bullish star pattern. Conditions for trading the bullish star pattern. Now, first of all, you know that since it's a three candlestick pattern, that means there are three candlesticks that are formed together. Three candlesticks that are formed together. So your first candlestick is a must. These are the conditions. Must be a bullish candlestick. Sorry, a bearish. We are looking at bullish star pattern. So your first candlestick must be a bearish candle. It's a must. Now, your second condition is that the second candlestick can either be a bullish or bearish candle. You get that is the second condition. See on the second condition, the second candle must be either a pin bar or a doji. Hope we are not confused. Your first candle, let me I didn't indicate first. First candle must be a bearish candle. Is a must. There are no two ways about it. A bearish candle. Now the second candle can either be a bullish candle or a bearish candle. This is your second condition. Then your third condition is that the second candle, still for the second candle, it must either be a pin bar or a doji. Now your last condition is that, is it a last? No, not really last. The third candle, you know it's three candlestick pattern. Third candle must be a bullish candle. The third candle must be a bullish candle. Whereas your fifth condition, all the conditions are not too much. If the one thing is that if you've known it, you've known it. Now I don't have to go and be listing conditions. But if I see a star pattern, I will know that this is a star pattern. I don't have to go through all these. I don't have to be checking if the conditions fit. I'll just know that this is it. Okay. Now it must be formed as a support. As a support. Now this one is standard. So the conditions are not burdensome. First candle, bearish candle. Second candle can either be bullish or bearish, but must either be a pin bar or a doji. While your third candle must be a bullish candle and it must be formed as a support. Simple. Check it now. So let's look for the star pattern. Let's look for it. Okay, I've seen one. Thank God. I've seen one here. This is interesting. So you see the first candle, a bearish candle. The second candle is a doji. We have done doji this evening earlier. So, and the last candle, a bullish candle, and market went up. So bullish market is going up. So let me do a pip count here. I know this may not be much, but let me do from here up to where the market will back from. Okay, why is this in angle? Let me use another price range. Let me use this too. Okay, so this is 45 pips. 45 pips is $450 for a standard lot size. Okay, so you see how it is simple. Now you can see that even in the middle of this trend, let me take this out. Even in the middle of this trend, you see this bullish candlestick that was formed. Like I told you before, if it is formed along the trend, that means the trend is going to continue. A bullish candlestick formed in the middle of an uptrend, the trend continued and gave a whopping 45 pips. Now let's look for other examples of the bullish star pattern. Bullish star pattern. This is an engulfing. Okay, I've seen one here. So you see a bearish candlestick that was formed first. Then a doji was formed second. Then a bullish candlestick that can also serve as a bullish pin bar, and market went up. So what you do is to place a buy order. This is how it works. What you do is to place a buy order. Yes, check now. So I believe this is simple enough. Now the next one we're looking at is the bearish star pattern. Bearish. Bearish. Oh, I have altered my oh, let me just delete this. This is a signal. I've altered it. Okay. Okay. Let me delete this. I just found this is my signal, but let me take it out because there's a bullish candle, bullish star pattern that was formed here now. So look at it here. It's even double. This is what I call double confirmation. So you have the first one, bearish candle. You have the doji here. You have a bullish candle, though market didn't go up. But then it gave the same star pattern again. The bearish candle here, the doji, the bullish candle, and this time I call it double confirmation. Double confirmation. And this one, you know that if it does not, if this signal fail, that means village people don't want. So I'm just joking, sha, but you see that market went up actually. So this is a very beautiful, it's very beautiful here. So you see that market went, this is 46 pip, 46 pip. That is like $460 for a standard lot size. So I believe we understand the concept of the star pattern. So though this is a bullish star pattern, so the bearish star pattern is opposite, like, but I'll still start the conditions too. So for bearish star pattern, Your conditions: one, your first candle must be a bullish candle. Two, your second candle can either be a bullish or bearish candle. The third, your second candle must be either a doji or a pin bar. Then your fourth condition, the third candle must be a bearish candle. This is because it's a bearish engulfing pattern. While the last condition is that it must be formed at a resistance. Okay, so this is the bearish pattern. So let's look at your chart. Let me also go to another pair, because like I said before, these patterns I'm teaching you, they all work for all pairs and all time frames. They work for all pairs and all time frames. So let's go. Mm, see one. Let me take out my trend line. Though this trend line is to mark resistance though, but let me delete it. So this is a bullish candle, first condition. Second condition, either bullish or bearish, but must be a pin bar or a doji. So we have a pin bar here. The third candle must be a bearish candle, and market comes to a pin down. You see how it is. So if we do a pip count here, let me use a price range to do a pip count. This is 190 pips. 190 pips is $1,900 for a standard lot size. So you see how it is. Let's look for another example. Oh, this one happened in the middle of a downtrend, but let's just take it in the middle of a downtrend. So it's still valid because it's a downtrend. So you see the first candle here, a bullish candle. You see the second candle here, doji, a bearish doji, and the last candle here, a candlestick, that is a bearish candlestick, and market continues coming down. So you see how beautiful these are. If you can master this candlestick pattern, you are really, really good to go in the forex market. Ah, delete it. No, I don't want to replay. Please. Okay, so let's go on. So okay, this will happen in the middle of the trend. A bearish engulfing bar pattern was formed first. The trend started. Then you see this bearish star pattern that was formed here, and the trend continued coming down. So please, if you have any question, you can use the chat box to ask your questions concerning any of the candlestick pattern. But this is all we'll be taking today. We continue tomorrow. We're actually done with candlestick pattern. So I advise you to go over the session again at your leisure and master this. Like I said before, if you can get this, you are good to go in your forex journey. It's not difficult. Forex trading is not difficult, but if you don't get the ropes clearly, it will become difficult for you. That is the truth. That's why I advise people that before you start trading, please and please learn. If you don't learn before you start trading, you'll be a victim of the market, and it's nobody's fault. Okay, it's nobody's fault. So if there are no questions, we call it a wrap for today. We continue. Tomorrow will be our last session. Tomorrow is our last session. So we'll continue tomorrow. So until tomorrow, this is all for me this night. Good night and have a lovely night rest. Bye.